Shavua Tov. So we're learning Mesil Shashar, and we're in the middle of the chapter of Chasidus, piety, in the Art Scroll edition. For those following along, we're on page 379. So recently we spoke about areas where a person should strive to be a chassid, should strive to fulfill all of the aspects of certain mitzvahs, and we spoke about learning Torah, honoring Shabbos, honoring Yom Tov, and we also spoke about fearing Hashem. And we mentioned when we talk about fear of Hashem, the ultimate fear of God doesn't mean the fear of punishment. While there is obviously a place for fear of punishment, because we believe in reward and punishment, but the real ultimate fear of God is really a fear or a recognition of God's awesomeness. It's to be in awe of Hashem. It doesn't mean to be petrified of God, that He's out to get us, or something like that, because He's out to get us, but rather it's a recognition of His awesomeness, and to realize how great God is compared to us, that should generate a type of fear. Now, there's fear of Hashem, which we're commanded to do, but we're also commanded to love Hashem like a child loves his father. And that's what the Ramchal is going to discuss now. Now we're going to speak about loving Hashem. There are three branches or aspects of loving Hashem. Hasimcha, joy, hadvekus, being close to Hashem, vehakina, and being zealous for God's honor. Part of loving Hashem is that you want to defend the honor of Hashem. Somebody you love, you defend. I remember there was a certain person who said something very disparaging about God. And Talmud Chacham remarked to me that, very often, there's a very important attribute called shalom, peace. We want to get along with everybody. We don't want to start fights for no reason. Peace amongst the Jewish people is a very, very important thing. However, certain times you have to speak up and you have to say something. So this person who publicly defamed God forbid, that's what he did. He said, how would you react if you were walking down the street and somebody would slap your father across the face? Would you say, oh, we have to get along, we have to have peace? No, you would stand up and protest. You would be angry. Someone just embarrassed, denigrated my father in public, you would do everything you can to protest such a disgusting act. So he says the same thing when this person who just got up and disgraced God publicly, you don't just say, oh, it's better not to say anything, we have to get along. Obviously, there's a time and place for that. Certain times you should ignore things. When someone slights your own honor, you should ignore it. But when someone slights Hashem, when someone disgraces God in public, you have to protest. And you have to be just as offended as if someone would have disgraced your father publicly. Someone disgraced Hashem publicly. So that demands a protest. And that's the natural feeling a person should have when he loves Hashem. Because when you love something, you want to stand up and defend their honor. V'hinei, inyan ha'avahu, shia adam chayshek u'mis'ava mamish, el kirvaso yizbarach v'rodav achar kedushaso. Love of Hashem means that a person desires and yearns, literally, to get close to Hashem and run after His holiness. Just like a person would run after something that he loves very much. He says the love of Hashem should be so great that it gets to the point where just mentioning His name, or speaking of His praises, or learning His Torah, that it should generate a love and a joy, just like somebody loves the wife from his youth, or his only child. Or studying his words of Torah or His divinity, it says. Asher afilu hadibur bam yelo lenachas v'tanug, that even about speaking about Hashem will just give a person enjoyment and happiness. Right? When you love something so much, even just mentioning it generates this love and this positive feeling. So we should have that love of Hashem. Okay, inyan hakasav, like the verse says, Kimi de dabri bro, when I speak about Hashem, Zachar es Kirin, I'll speak about Him even more. You just can't stop talking about it. You love Him so much. You just always want to talk about Hashem. V'hinei, vade shemisha oyev es baro avamiti, is for sure somebody who loves his Creator with a true love. He's not going to put aside the service of Hashem for any reason. Right? If a person really loves Hashem, he's going to do everything he can to fulfill the words of Hashem. Im lo yeh anas mamish, unless he's totally circumstances happen totally beyond his control. V'lo yitztarech ritzoy pitei lavoda. He doesn't need to be encouraged to serve Hashem. El adram, on the contrary, libo yisa'el v'yirtzeu ela, his heart will take him to serve Hashem. Im lo yeh ikav gadol shimna'ehu, unless there will be a great thing that will stop him. Right? It has to do with an attitude. A person who really loves Hashem will try to fulfill all of the mitzvahs, no matter what happens. How did we? Sometimes we don't have a choice. We can't perform certain mitzvahs. But what was our attitude? For example, if we look back in Corona, were we relieved that we didn't have to perform certain mitzvahs? I don't have to get up early to schlep to shul because there is no shul. Or did we say, I wish I could go to shul so bad. I miss shul. I miss going to speak to Hashem in a minyan. It has to do with our attitude. What is our real attitude? This is the cherished trait which the early pious people, the very holy people had. Like King David said, just like a deer longingly wants some the brook of water, the stream. So too my soul yearns for Hashem. He is thirsty for Hashem. I'm thirsty for Hashem, the living God. When will I come? V'aymer, it says, Nichsefa v'gam kalsa nafshi lechatzos Hashem. Tzamalecha nafshi, kavalecha v'sari. My soul yearns for you. My flesh yearns for you. Kozem mitakev hachuka shehaya mishtekek lo yizbarach uke'inyima shekasav hanavi. All of this is from the desire for Hashem. Ke'inyima shekasav hanavi. What the prophet says, l'shimcha u'lezichrucha tavas nafesh. Your name and the mentioning of you, my soul yearns for. V'aymer, it says, nafshi ivisicha balayla af ruchi b'kirbi asharecha. Ashachareka. Excuse me. My soul desired you during the night. As long as my spirit is within me, I seek you out. But David Atzmoimer, King David said, Im zacharticha al yitzui ba'ashmaris ege bach. I will mention you on my couch in the early morning hours. I will contemplate in you. I will be mizbonin in you. Be'er ha'oning v'hashashua shahaylo b'dabra bo uvishvachav yizbarach shemo. King David here is speaking about the enjoyment he would get just by speaking about Hashem and praising Hashem. V'aymer, and it says, I will get delight in your commandments, which I love. V'amar, it says, Gam edosecha shashuai. Also, your testimonies are pleasure to me. Now, we might think, right, this is obviously a very high level to get to loving Hashem, but we can start small, right? We don't have to get to this high level right away, but how do we even start to love Hashem? So the Rambam writes that, how can God command us to have a feeling, to love Hashem, to fear Hashem? So he writes, by contemplating nature. When we go outside, you go for a walk, and you see the beautiful creation, you see how the whole ecosystem interacts with each other, and what a beautiful, complex world that God made, and we really sit and think about it, then that naturally develops into a person a love of Hashem. So that would be the first step. If anyone's interested in learning that Rambam together, please let me know. I'd be more than happy. V'hinei, the love of Hashem has to be a love that isn't dependent on anything else. You shouldn't love Hashem because he does good things for you, or he makes you wealthy or successful. A person should love Hashem because it should be a natural feeling, just like a natural feeling that a child loves his father. A person shouldn't love Hashem just because, Hashem gave me a good job, things are going well for me, so I love Hashem. Right? A person shouldn't just love Hashem because things are going well. K'maimar Kasav, as the verse says, Hello, hu avicha kanecha. He is your father, your master. Umivchan ha'ava hazayis hu bizman hadoichik ve'atzara. And the test of whether a person really has this love of Hashem is, does he love Hashem when he's going through a tough time? We all go through tough times in life. So does a person still have that love of Hashem even though when he's going through difficulties? V'chein amru zichron livracha. Our sages taught us, V'ahavta es Hashem alakecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha. You should love Hashem your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Afilu notel es nafshecha, even if He takes your soul. V'chol meodecha v'chol mamoncha, and with all your possessions. So we see that there is a big mitzvah, a very important character trait to develop, of loving Hashem. And it shouldn't be a love that is just dependent on anything else. It shouldn't be a love, things are going well, so I love Hashem, thank you Hashem. And then as soon as things go bad, God forbid, we forsake Hashem. That's not the way we should be acting, but rather we should have an inner, natural feeling of loving God. And even when things go bad and things are difficult, we love Hashem. And he quotes here from the Tanya, from the Alter Rebbe of Chabad, that every Jew inside has a natural love of Hashem, and he just has to bring it out. So that should be our avoda, what we are trying to accomplish. And with that, I wish everyone a very happy week.